In a video that's gone viral on social media, a BJP leader is seen fighting with a cop. In a bizarre turn of events, a police officer and a local BJP leader allegedly engaged in a public slap fight in Karnataka's Chitradurga district. A video of the alleged altercation has gone viral on social media, drawing widespread reactions. FIR has now been registered at the city police station against BJP district president Hanumante Gowda for allegedly assaulting PSI Gadilingappa. In a shocking incident in Gadra village of Maoganj district of Madhya Pradesh, a police team, including the station in charge, was attacked while attempting to rescue a young man held hostage by a tribal family. The attack led to the tragic death of an assistant sub-inspector, while several other officers were injured. The remaining policemen were forced to lock themselves in a room to save their lives. Following the attack, multiple police teams rushed to the scene to control the situation.
शाम को यहाँ शाहपुर थाना क्षेत्र में गरगा गांव में हिंदू समाज के दो गुटों के बीच में विवाद की स्थिति बनी है और इस विवाद के चलते एक व्यक्ति की मृत्यु हुई है और इस विवाद के चलते भीड़ भाड़ काफ़ी इकट्ठी हो गई थी, कुछ पत्थरबाजी भी हुई है। इसके चलते हम लोगों ने यहाँ धारा 163 लगा दी है और पूरी तरह से शांति बनी हुई है। मैं यहाँ पर हूँ, एसपी यहाँ पर हैं, पुलिस फोर्स हमारा यहाँ पर है, पेट्रोलिंग पूरे गाँव में चल रही है और स्थिति अभी पूरी तरह से नियंत्रण में है।
Sukma police arrested 2 Maoists, including the supplier of Telangana State Committee and also PLGA battalion number 1. The Maoists have been involved in incidents like reconnaissance of the activities of security forces and giving information to Maoists, planting IEDS spikes on the routes of security forces, blocking the routes by digging and much more. Assam police on Saturday arrested Assam Congress spokesperson Ritham Singh on charges of his alleged social media post against a BJP MLA of Lakhimpur, Manab Dheka. Security sources said that a team from Lakhimpur police arrived at Ritham Singh's residence in Guwahati on Saturday and took him into custody. AAP national convener Arvind Kejriwal was spotted outside the residence of senior BJP leader Lakshmikanta Chawla in Amritsar on Saturday. The unexpected meeting has sparked intense political speculation. BJP leader and Delhi Minister Manjinder Singh Sirsa, however, took a jibe at the AAP Supremo over the meeting.
अरविंद केजरीवाल जी जगह जगह जा रहे हैं। कोई भी आदमी जब विफल हो जाता है, हताश हो जाता है, तो किनारा ढूंढते हैं। अगर अरविंद केजरीवाल जी बीजेपी में आने का सोच रहे हैं लक्ष्मीकांत चावला जी के घर जाकर, तो बीजेपी उनको किसी भी सूरत में स्वीकार नहीं करेगी।
A fire broke out in Indore's G&T market on Saturday, gutting a cooler manufacturing factory and causing losses of lakhs of rupees. The fire originated this afternoon in the Royal Cooler Company and Kaviraj Metal Industries, both involved in cooling equipment manufacturing. The BJP has launched a sharp attack on Congress leader Rahul Gandhi over the inclusion of a French economist in a committee to study the caste census conducted by the Telangana government. BJP leader GVL Narasimha Rao accused Gandhi of compromising India's demographic data for political gain, claiming that the involvement of a foreign expert poses a sinister agenda and it could destabilize the country by putting sensitive caste data in the hands of outsiders. Viewers, it's time for us to tell you what's happening in the world of business. The Bureau of Indian Standards has conducted search and seizure operations at Amazon and Flipkart warehouses across several cities, including Lucknow, Gurugram and Delhi, seizing a range of non-certified products. Items such as toys, hand blenders, water bottles and speakers were found lacking mandatory BIS certification. The investigation linked these products to Tech Vision International Private Limited and legal action is now being initiated under the BIS Act of 2016. The raids come just ahead of the e-commerce platform's major festive sales. The RBI has imposed a monetary penalty of 3.1 lakh rupees on JM Financial Products Limited for non-compliance with regulatory provisions. The penalty follows a statutory inspection of the company's financial position as of March 31st, 2023, which revealed that JM Financial failed to disclose a material related to party transaction in its annual report. The RBI's action is based on deficiencies in regulatory compliance, though it does not question the validity of the company's transactions or agreements with customers. Tesla is taking significant step towards entering the Indian market, with the company now seeking certification for its electric cars, the Model Y and Model 3. Tesla India Motor and Energy Private Limited has submitted applications for homologation, a critical process that ensures the vehicles meet India's safety, emission and roadworthiness standards. This move aligns with India's growing electric vehicle market, which saw a 20% increase in EV sales in 2024, and Tesla's entry could further boost the competition and innovation, especially as India and the US discuss a free trade agreement that may lower tariffs and also foster bilateral trade. The RBI has reassured investors and depositors of IndusInd Bank's financial stability following concerns over discrepancies in its derivatives portfolio. In a statement released on Saturday, the RBI affirmed that the bank remains well capitalized with strong financial metrics, including a capital adequacy ratio of 16.46% and a liquidity coverage ratio of 113%. The reassurance comes after a report revealed unrecorded trades amounting to 1,530 crore rupees, sparking investor anxiety and a sharp decline in stock prices. The RBI also confirmed that the bank is addressing the issue with an external audit team. Elon Musk announced that SpaceX's Starship rocket is set to depart for Mars by the end of 2026, carrying the Tesla humanoid robot Optimus. Musk also stated that human landings on Mars could begin as early as 2029, though 2031 is considered more likely. The Starship, the largest and most powerful rocket ever built, plays a key role in Musk's long-term vision of colonizing Mars. However, before the missions can proceed, SpaceX must demonstrate the rocket's reliability and safety following a recent test flight setback. The Chicago River is once again glowing Kelly green as the city opens its annual St. Patrick's Day celebrations. Thousands lined the river and packed bridges and erupted in cheers as members of the Chicago Journeymen Plumbers Union sprayed dye into the water from boats, carrying on a tradition they began some 63 years ago. The dyeing immediately precedes the annual downtown St. Patrick's Day parade. The dye is non-toxic while the river stays bright for several hours. Some trace of color can remain for days. Thousands of protesters have fell silent in Serbia's capital Belgrade to honor the victims of a concrete canopy collapse which has sparked unrest in the country. At least 1 lakh people descended on Belgrade for the rally, seen as the culmination of months-long protests against Serbia's populist president and his government. Large crowds of flag-waving protesters clogged the downtown area of the capital. Despite occasional rain, almost daily demonstrations that started in response to the tragedy have shaken the populist government's firm grip on the power in Serbia like never before in the past 13 years. In a defiant speech at the Justice Department, President Donald Trump vowed to expose his enemies and seek retribution for what he called lies and abuses within the department. While discussing his administration's policies on crime, drugs and immigration, Trump took aim at prosecutors and investigators involved in the cases against him, calling them scum and dismissing the charges as baseless. He also criticized the media for allegedly influencing judges as he vented about the ongoing legal battles.
Networks and these newspapers are really no different than a highly paid political operative. And it has to stop. It has to be illegal. It's influencing judges, and it's really changing law, and it just cannot be legal. I don't believe it's legal. and they do it in total coordination with each other.
President Donald Trump ordered airstrikes on Yemen's capital, Sana'a, promising overwhelming lethal force until Iranian-backed Houthi rebels seized their attacks on vital shipping routes. The Houthis reported 9 civilian casualties with explosions rocking the area near the Sana'a airport complex, which houses a major military facility. And these airstrikes came shortly after the Houthis threatened to resume attacks on Israeli vessels in response to Israel's Gaza blockade. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky accused Russian President Vladimir Putin of deliberately prolonging the war in Ukraine. He also urged international leaders to apply active pressure on Russia to end the conflict. During a 2-hour virtual meeting hosted by UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, Zelensky called for stronger and sustained sanctions against Russia and reiterated Ukraine's support for a 30-day ceasefire proposal.
Path to peace must begin unconditionally, and if Russia doesn't want this, then strong pressure must be applied until they do. Moscow understands one language. I ask you to talk to America, to President Trump, to help bring peace faster. This can happen through full sanctions, strong pressure, forcing Russia to make peace. Peace is possible.
A powerful storm system sweeping across the United States has sparked deadly dust storms and wildfires, with more than 130 fires reported in Oklahoma alone. Nearly 300 homes have been damaged or destroyed. The state governor also confirmed that 266 square miles of land have burned. Extreme weather, including hurricane-force winds up to 80 miles per hour, is expected to impact over 100 million people, bringing blizzard conditions to the north and heightened wildfire risks in the south. Evacuations have been ordered in some communities as the situation worsens.
But what we know right now is there's about 170,000 acres that were burned. And forestry is up flying right now to kind of get the exact number. Last night I had a report of about 293 homes/structures that were destroyed.
Populist Prime Minister Viktor Orban vowed to eliminate what he called a global shadow army working for foreign interests. In an address, Orban targeted media outlets and organizations funded from abroad. In a speech marking Hungary's 1848 revolution, Orban echoed racist conspiracy theories, claiming there is a plot to replace Europe's indigenous population with migrants. He also criticized the European Union, comparing its influence to past empires, and argued that the EU should stop supporting Ukraine in the war. Thousands of people gathered in Bucharest for a pro-European rally, waving EU and Romanian flags to oppose rising nationalism in the country. The protest follows Romania's election body rejecting the far-right candidacy of Diana Socasa for the presidential rerun in May, while approving George Simon, leader of the AUF party. Diana, who is against Romania's EU and NATO memberships, plans to appeal the decision. The presidential race will take place on May 4th, with a final list of candidates to be confirmed by March 19th. Relatives and supporters of Israeli hostages held in Gaza Strip demanded the immediate release of all the remaining captives during a weekly rally in Tel Aviv. The attendees were shown a video addressed by a released hostage, who, while thanking the military, pointed out that Israel's army presence in Gaza makes it difficult. Earlier on Saturday, Hamas said it will only release an American Israeli and the bodies of 4 other hostages if Israel implements their ceasefire agreement.
From those released about the horrors of captivity, the hunger, the fear, the suffering, they cannot wait any longer. Mr. President, we turn to you because you are the only one who can make this happen. The Israeli government has made its promises.
Virat Kohli announces his retirement from the format after the T20 World Cup final, which India won after beating South Africa in Barbados. However, Kohli, in a lighter vein, said he might just come out of retirement for one game if India reached the finals of the 2028 Los Angeles Olympic men's cricket event. Sunrisers Hyderabad have got a huge boost as all-rounder Nitish Kumar Reddy is all set to join the camp ahead of the IPL 2025 campaign. As per reports, the Indian star has received the necessary clearance after passing the fitness test for a side strain which kept him on the sidelines since January. Virat Kohli has joined the Royal Challengers Bengaluru squad ahead of the IPL 2025 season. On Saturday, March 15, Kohli played a stellar role in India's Champions Trophy triumph recently and is set for his 18th season with RCB in the IPL. Kohli was amongst the Indian players who joined the squad late as they were given a rest after their Champions Trophy exploits. Former India cricketer Harbhajan Singh, who has shared the dressing room on a number of occasions with CSK legend MS Dhoni, reckoned that he is the best ever captain. Dhoni, who is a legend already, has amassed 5,243 runs in 264 matches and 229 innings at a strike rate of 137 in the IPL. Ahead of the start of the IPL 2025 season, defending champions KKR batter Venkatesh Iyer admitted that he feels the pressure of his hefty price tag of 23.75 crore rupees after being bought by the franchise in last year's mega auction. Iyer, who became the third most expensive IPL player in the history of IPL, was named the Ajinkya Rahane's deputy in the upcoming season. Jasprit Bumrah is likely to miss the initial rounds of the IPL 2025 matches for Mumbai Indians as the star pacer is still recovering from the lower back injury that rendered him out of action since January. Bumrah suffered the injury during the second day of the fifth test against Australia at Sydney and did not bowl in Australia's second innings. The Indian Super League announced the dates for the 2024 and 2025 playoffs with two-legged semi-finals scheduled between April 2 and 6. And the finals is to be played on the 12th of April. The league stage concluded on March 12th. The knockouts will be played on March 29 and 30. And the semi-finals will be held on April 2nd, 3rd, 6th and 7th. Moeen Ali has cast doubt over the widely held perception that Pakistan possesses one of the best fast bowling trio in world cricket. The former England all-rounder believes that while Shaheen Afridi, Haris Rauf and Naseem Shah are talented, but they do not rank among the absolute best in the game's history today. It is already well known that Australia's dashing opener David Warner makes a special cameo in the upcoming heist comedy Robin Hood, starring hero Nitin. The highly anticipated film has just released its first look poster. It showcases Warner in a sleek and uber cool avatar as he gazes downward beneath a spotlight. Viewers, those are the top stories from the world of sports. Now, let's tell you what's happening in the world of entertainment. Tracking the buzz, let's get you a roundup of what's happening in the entertainment industry. A commemorative coin honoring John Lennon was unveiled by the Royal Mint in Britain on Friday. Released during the year, the iconic singer-songwriter would have turned 85 years old. The coin is marked with the former Beatles' name, a portrait of his face in profile, and the name of his famous solo album, hit album Imagine. Robert De Niro and Deborah Messing attended the European premiere of the Alto Nights in London on Thursday night. De Niro plays two roles for the upcoming mafia movie based on the true story of two famous crime rivals of the 1950s, the more cautious Frank Costello and the no-filter Vito Genovese.
You know, you see animals with coats in the winter and walking them. We thought, why not put them in coats? You're going to put them in coats. Those characters, Frank and Bobby, I would think, or maybe for Bobby's character would say, well, why not give him, you know, mink in those days is not like today, so put two mink coats on them.
Viewers, bidding will soon begin for a rare Star Wars movie prop, and it's definitely something that many die-hard fans are eager to add to their collection. The items going up for auctions were used during a scene in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. The film, which hit screens everywhere in May 1977, was the first piece of Star Wars content ever produced, the first of many films, television series, books, comics, and so forth.
The medal is what Luke was given at the end of the film to symbolize his heroism and the fact that he helped destroy the Death Star along with Han Solo. We do believe that there were only 2 medals made for the film. The other one, the Han Solo medal, is in a private collection and has been for many years. I believe this is the first and only time one of these medals is coming up for public auction, and this one is Mark Hamill's medal. So it's a really special piece for Star Wars collectors. It's incredibly memorable.
Viewers, it's a wrap on today's edition of Quick Morning, but stay tuned to Republic TV as we get you all the latest news updates on the other side.